In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Unintentionally, we keep thinking about certain people. The people against whom we have certain complaints, and because of these complaints, we are having a kind of grudge against those people in our mind. This is something we spend a considerable amount of time upon it on a daily basis, and not with any sort of intention, rather, it is being done unintentionally. We become somewhat out of the control and our thinking remain on autopilot. This thing consumes several hours almost on a daily basis. In many of the cases, with many of the people, not necessarily on each and everyone else. This thing consumes quite a good amount of time, waste quite a good amount of time, and not only that it is a wastage of our time, rather it is making us a weak person psychologically. It is making our nerves weak enough, and this is the wastage of time. Tons of time is being wasted on this. Not only the time wastage, rather it makes, because our brain neurons, because our neurons, brain neurons, our brain keeps shedding the neurons once we remain under the stress, in the spell of the stress, and the wastage of time is there. Our nerves become weak enough, our body suffers, and there are plenty of losses. Even if we don't count all the losses, at least two of the losses are major one. The first is wastage of time, the other is the cost we do have to pay against our health. Now there is an idea, this is a fact. We need to understand it, and we need to do something, we need to do something against it, so that our time could get protected, so that our health does not suffer. So there is an idea actually, and the idea is, the purpose of this idea is to protect the wastage of our time on the one hand, and not only this thing, rather to safeguard our health on the other hand, because it is, we do suffer, our health suffer once we are busy in thinking about the people against whom we do have certain complaints, and these complaints actually turns into a kind of grudge against those people, and this grudge, these complaints, and then resultantly created resultantly created grudge is damaging our health a lot. Now we are going to turn it into a beneficial activity. And how would it be possible? First of all, we need to understand that every time we had to bear a loss, every time we suffered, and it was because of our own mistake, because protecting our interest and protecting ourselves from the trouble is primarily our own responsibility only, and not the responsibility of someone else. Even if somebody is a crook, even if somebody is a cheater, even then I think it is my own responsibility to protect myself and your own responsibility to protect yourself. And this is the first thing we need to make us understand. This is the first thing we need to realize. And then not only this thing, I think we should accept the responsibility on the one hand. On the other hand, we need to discover the good qualities in that particular person. Discovering the good qualities, it would not be easy, but if at all we remain adamant, if at all we persist in our effort, let me tell you and let me assure you that we will be able to find the good qualities found in that particular person. And now, these qualities, we need to find at least the three of these. Although it is not an easy task, but it is not very difficult for those people who are determined enough, for those people who are adamant to turn their loss, to turn their trouble into something which is beneficial and which is pleasant. Having discovered certain good qualities of that particular person against whom I had certain complaints, and these complaints actually resulted in creating a kind of grudge against that particular person. Now I have came to realize that it was my own mistake, because it was my own responsibility to protect my interest, to safeguard my own interest. And if at all I failed to do that, if at all I could not protect myself, so I think that open heartedly, and I should accept the responsibility with the open arms. And then I need to discover the good qualities, at least the three good qualities in that particular person. Now I am adamant to be able to compete that person. I shall do everything else I can to create those three qualities in me, in my personalities, and I shall like to internalize, I shall like to adopt it, and I shall like to make it a firm habit of mine. I shall like to internalize it, these three habits. I think good habits and good qualities, having these three good qualities, having these three good habits, I think it goes right into my own best interest. It will be benefiting me a lot. And now I am seeking the revenge from that person. My revenge seeking has become quite a different one. My revenge seeking has become quite a positive one. Now, instead of burning myself, instead of wasting my time on the one hand, instead of wasting my time on the one hand, and on the other hand, instead of becoming a weak person mentally, and becoming a weak person with my nerves and with my body, with my muscles, I have abandoned it. I am out of that bad habit of wasting my time on the one hand. I am out of bad habit of burning myself, consuming myself, remaining in anger, remaining in the position of the grudge. Now I am free of those bad habits, and now I have decided I am working everything, every possible way. I am turning every stone, I think, to adopt at least the three good qualities found in that particular person. And this is a kind of revenge for me. This is the finest type of revenge for me, and I think so. This revenge actually can compensate, this revenge of adopting the good qualities found in that particular person, at least the three of good qualities found in that particular person. I am turning my loss into a profit, having adopted the three good qualities, having adopted the three good habits. I think so I have gained more, and I have got my loss compensated by my own positive thinking, by my own intelligence, intelligence, by my own sagacity. This is I think so a kind of pearl of wisdom we need to take. We need to keep it with ourselves. We need to, I think so, this way our loss making activity can be turned into a profit making activity. We can turn the tables over and we can become a winner, because this is the attitude of the winners. And now we have come out of the attitude of the loser, and we have adopted the attitude of a winner. This winner's attitude, let me tell you and let me assure you, will make us a winner human being. Because whatever a person is, whether somebody is the winner, whether somebody is the loser, in both of these cases it is only because of the kind of attitude that particular person is having, because of the kind of habits that particular person has adopted. If at all we are serious enough in turning our loss making activity into a profit making activity, nothing could be better than this one, nothing could be simpler than this one. Having adopted this thing, having adopted this attitude, nobody can stop us from being a winner. And once we are turning ourselves into a winner from being a loser, now that particular person, if at all they are against us, they will be impressed and they will feel that they are getting defeated and we are getting stronger. Thank you.